First off, I want to start this video out by saying, give yourselves a round of applause. As a matter of fact, standing ovation. We smell so beautiful, don't you agree? If this is your first time coming by the channel, it is your boy Trey Sense. And they used to call me LL Cool Trey, Trey Belafonte, Trey 3K. But due to some recent changes, you can't call me Trey 3K no more because we did it. Y'all did it. We knocked down that 4,000 sub mark. So now you gotta call me Trey 4K all day, baby. Thank you so much, all of y'all that have helped me get to that 4,000 sub mark. And some of y'all been rocking with me for quite a long time. Salute, applause. I greatly appreciate it. It is a small milestone, but it's still a milestone. And now let's march to 5K. Thank y'all. It means a lot. So apparently some of y'all still out there trying to date, because I was asked to do a summertime date night fragrance list. And fortunately, I have some summertime date night fragrances. Now, got to get a business though. If it's not asking too much, please like this video, share this video, and if you haven't already, give your boy a sub. It's greatly appreciated. And keep checking in, guys. We got folks checking in from all around. Jackson, Mississippi then checked in. Oklahoma then checked in. South Africa then checked in with me. Man. What else? Who else then checked in? I'm trying to think. I know Dallas, Texas checked in. A lot of people have checked in. A lot of people have checked in. So I greatly appreciate that. Continue to check in and let me know where you from. All right, let's go. Summertime date night list. I could do this video in 2 parts too, but we're gonna keep it to one video. We're just gonna do one. Okay, from the house of Tom Ford, and this is a beautiful fragrance. And I want y'all to know, I struggled today because it was so hard not to grab my wallet, grab my Dillard's card, and head to Dillard's and buy some more fragrances, because you only live once, and why not? But I digress. I'm holding back. But the night's still young. But anyway, from the house of Tom Ford, it is Costa Azzurra Parfum. And I think this is a great date night fragrance. I don't know if this fragrance is listed as a unisex fragrance, but if not, it should be. This is one I think if you pick up, you and your lady would be able to wear this beautiful gold emblem or example of a cologne bottle. I think both of you would be able to wear this. It's nice, it's fresh, it's fruity, it's a little bit woody on the back end, but it has a scent profile that's very, very modern. It has that modern type of sweetness in it. You will pick up on similarities, in my opinion, to NAR. Some people don't think so, but to the NAR Extreme, where is it? Right here. Similarities. Are they the exact same? No, they're not. But you will pick up on similarities. To me, it has the same kind of sweetness. Which one is better for you to get? Well, depending on which one is better for your pocket. I got a racehorse of a deal on this, and I could not pass it up. A person that used to review fragrances hit me up and was like, I got 2 Tom Fords, you want to buy? I said, which ones? He told me. I said, what's the ticket? He told me. I said, how much juice is left? He said, one has been used a little, the other one pretty much full. He told me the price. I said, where you want me to send this? You PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Smoke Signal, Carrier Pigeon? How you want it, bro? I got it. How you want it? And I jumped on it. I mean, a racehorse of a deal. I'll just tell you, I think I paid $140 for both Tom Ford Costa Azzurra Parfum and Tom Ford Beau de Jour. I got them both for like I think it was $130 shipped. So I mean, what was I to do but pay him? But I think this would be a great date night fragrance, man. It's just, it's sexy and it's alluring and it's just smooth. doesn't come across as I'm trying too hard or pay attention to me. It just comes off as smooth, and it smells really, really good. And I think if you spray this on, I don't think she's gonna leave you alone. From the house of Tom Ford, it is Tom Ford Costa Azul Parfum. And Tom Ford is one of those fragrance names when people talk about fragrance, it often comes up. Do you got any Tom Ford? Do you have any Creed Aventus? Do you have any Bach 540? I do pick up similarities of this, of the Tom Ford Costa Azul and the Bach 540. I think it's the burnt sugar aspect in them. You know what I'm saying? That note, that modern sweetness is in this one as well. I like it. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. This next one is from the house of, let me get this right, I'm not gonna mess this up. It's from the house of Giorgio Armani, from the Acqua di Gio line. And I'm looking to add Acqua di Gio, the EDP. I've seen it pop up at Ross, for those of you who are looking. I have not seen it at my Ross's, but I will be looking tomorrow. But it is the Parfum, Acqua di Gio, the Parfum. I'm looking to add the EDP, I meant to say. I've seen it pop up at some of the Ross's, and it's the one in the clear bottle. As a matter of fact, I hollered at my homeboy Justin Colbanks earlier today, and he was saying that he had picked it up at Ross for $79 for the 100 ml. I instantly called my local Dillard's to see if they had it, and if so, if they had it in a gift set and what the price on it was. Because I was thinking, if I can get it at Dillard's for $110 with maybe a 3.4 ounce bottle or 4.2 ounce bottle and then a 50 ml bottle, I could sell the 50 ml bottle and it will be about the same as picking it up for $80 at Ross. But she told me the price was $160 and all they had was 4.2 ounces. So I said, I'm good on that. But anyway, to this bad boy. Now you get the Acqua di Gio DNA in this, and I've got a question for y'all that y'all can help me with. You get the Acqua di Gio DNA in this, and this is the Parfum, not the EDP, the Parfum. The EDP is what I look to add. You get the Acqua di Gio DNA in this right off the top, but then it's just so much different. And to me, it is way better than the original Acqua di Gio. It just smells better. It smells way more expensive, but it is a pretty expensive fragrance. I don't even remember what I paid for this because I was on a roll that day and I probably didn't look. I can't remember if this came with, it seems like this was part of a gift set, which is maybe why I thought, and it seems like I sold, I don't know, I'll have to go back and find that video. It may have been a part of a gift set. I want to say that it was. Something I bought was. I know the Eros Parfum was. I can't remember. But anyway, with this, you get that metallic, aquatic freshness from the original Acqua di Gio. You get that in the top, but then in the bottom half of it, or in the mid to the bottom, you get much more of a citrus, and it just smells divine. This is really a nice fragrance. I've worn this twice since I've had it, and you know, that's rare for me. I don't normally, if I get it, I wear it and then it takes months to roll back around to it, but I've worn this twice because I really enjoy the scent profile. And I think if you pick this up, this would be a great daily driver, spring and summertime fragrance, as well as a date night fragrance. I really can't think of an occasion that you can't wear this fragrance, or that you could wear this fragrance and it wouldn't smell good. It's a nice fragrance, it's a nice scent, and I really enjoy it. From the house of Giorgio Armani, from the line of Acqua di Gio, it is the Parfum, not the EDP, but the Parfum. That's a really good fragrance. This next one, if I was going on a date where we got a little bit dressy, so maybe we were going to a restaurant where you had to get reservations, Not that you couldn't wear the Tom Ford, because you could. Not that you couldn't wear the Giorgio, because you could. But, sometimes you want to put on, something that you may see is a little bit higher level. And this is niche. A lot of people consider Tom Ford niche, and I understand there's two different definitions of niche. Some people consider it niche if it's abstract and not in the mainstream, and I totally get that. For me, if it's not designer, then it's niche. So from the house of Nichane, it is Fan Your Flames. And this juice right here, man, and this bottle will always be special to me for multiple reasons. For one, it smells good. Nice, coconutty, smooth, creamy, spring, summer, definitely a warm weather type of vibe. But you can easily wear this in the wintertime. But this bottle will always be special to me, other than the fact that it's got those beautiful Cherokee High School colors on it. But it's got those Notre Dame Fighting Irish colors on it. But when I was in Texas, and I've said this many times, when JP and Manny and I rolled up at the Scent Room, we walked in, Nichane was right there to the right, and that was where we all stopped, because it was the first place. It was just like boom, ooh, and we just started grabbing like kids in the candy store. And this is one of the first ones that we all picked up. And now I have it in my collection. It will forever remind me of that trip. But this one right here, if I was going somewhere a little bit upscale where I had to put on a nice, shirt, or, maybe you're going to a restaurant that you have to wear shoes and a jacket. That's a date, you know what I'm saying? Some dates are different. I think I would reach for one like this. Now, the thing about this fragrance is, and all of these fragrances, the price point of these fragrances lends you to be able to wear them how you want to. You don't have to wear them sparingly, because they're not $500 or $600 fragrances, which really nothing in my collection is, with the exception of maybe 2 bottles, and that would be Creed Aventus, simply because it's the old 4.2 ounce bottle, and Creed Royal Oud, because it's Creed. The rest of my fragrances are at best $200, and that would be the Parfums de Marly's. That's the rest of them are 100, 150 and down. So. But anyway, I said that to say sometimes you want to dress up your fragrance a little bit, but all of them are so nice that you can wear them in any situation that you wanted to. But I would definitely reach for this nice coconut type of fragrance if it was a day night, but I guess it could be a day date as well. So you're just meeting a young lady for drinks at the Mexican restaurant. Y'all gonna have some margaritas and sit out on the patio and eat some nachos. This one will work well for that. Really, really well. Let's say you're going on vacation like Sam Broom, and you're going to Johannesburg, South Africa or somewhere. This will definitely work well in the heat. And you can wear this fragrance in the winter time too, because there's something in it that has a warming effect. It's just good. Date night, spring and summer, Nichane's Fan Your Flames. If you spray that on, she won't leave you alone. This next one, I love these bottles. To me, they're some of the prettiest bottles in the game. I love the colors. I love the black and the pink, and it is from the house of Valentino, and it is Valentino's Coral Fantasy. And I think I've worn this one time since I had it. One time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sexy. Very sexy. Sophisticated. Fruity. Smooth. Sweet. A little bit of a coffee note. Smooth. Smooth. That's the best word to describe this fragrance. Smooth. When I spray this on and it hits my skin, it just makes me smile. This is one of those fragrances that if you pair this with the right JB's butters, I think you're gonna be a happy man at the end of the night. I really do. I just feel like this is one of those fragrances that if you're around her and you touch her and she touches you and, you know, stuff, you know, whether it's you laying across her bed or she, you know, whatever, or she's just cuddled up on you, that contact, that transfer is going to get on her. And when she smells it the next day, this just smells good, y'all. I mean, this, to me, this is a sexy fragrance. I really, really like this fragrance. And again, it's so well made. It's not a screamer. It's not one of those fragrances that's going to be projecting way across the room. It's one of those that when they come in, or when you move, you go here, you go there, that scent bubble that it creates, it's going to do something nasty. But I think it's a great date night fragrance from the house of Valentino. It is Valentino Coral Fantasy. This next one, because I mean, no date night fragrance review would be complete without a fragrance from YSL. And it definitely wouldn't be complete without a YSL fragrance from the La Nuit de l'Homme line. So we're gonna go with Electrique. We smelling good up in here, y'all. Do you pick up on any of the YSL La Nuit de l'Homme DNA? Slightly. Picture the YSL L'Homme DNA with a twist of blue and then a touch of cleanliness in it. And that's what you have with this. And then the longer it stays on your skin, it starts to get sweeter, and that's where it reminds you of the original La Nuit de l'Homme. But nonetheless, I like fragrances like this because, man, oh man, when you wear these fragrances and you're around that significant other and they ask you that question, what are you wearing? And you tell them, I'm wearing YSL, La Nuit de l'Homme Electrique. And she talking to her friends about you. That to me right there is the icing on the cake. You know, again, there's a lot of fragrances that smell good, and honestly, women, when it comes to fragrances, honestly, they're really simple creatures. You could wear Drakkar, the original Acqua di Gio, and Calvin Klein CK1, and they would probably compliment you and think you smelled nice, because most women are going to like one. And if you throw in Sauvage, most women are going to like one of those fragrances, and then throw in Most Wanted or Wanted, either Wanted or Most Wanted, and you've pretty much got it covered. I get it. I'm fraghead just like you. So I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to stay on her mind when I tell her what I'm wearing. I don't want her to be able to tell her homegirl about it. So that's why I like fragrances like this. And it is sweet, a little bit more blue than, well, not a little bit, a lot more blue than the original La Nuit de l'Homme. Not quite as sweet, but definitely a little bit more masculine, because I think the original La Nuit de l'Homme could be a unisex fragrance. La Nuit de l'Homme and Dolce & Gabbana, the one, give me similar vibes, and I've smelled the one on a female. We had a little bit of a session, and that's what she had on, was the one. And it smelled good. It smelled, because I kept smelling and I kept saying, I know, I've smelled that cologne, that perfume you got on. And she said somebody's Dolce & Gabbana, and was telling me it was expensive. And I was like, yeah. And I'm going, that's the one. I know that since that profile. And before I left, she's like, hey, see, this is what I had on. And it said Dolce & Gabbana. It was Dolce & Gabbana the one. And then I said, yeah, I thought so. I have that. That's for men. And she was like, oh, well, I like it. My uncle gave it to me. And I'm just like, yeah. But it smelled good. was my point. And I think this one is just a little bit more masculine than La Nuit de l'Homme. Now, I have a small decant of the older batches of La Nuit de l'Homme, and it had much more of a punch than the reformulated batches. It's different. It's different. It's much stronger, much more of a punch. It stayed on much longer. The newer batches smell amazing, but not quite the same punch. But La Nuit de l'Homme, Dolce & Gabbana, the one. I'm not saying that they smell identical. I'm just saying they give you the same vibe. But this one is a little bit sweeter. A little bit more creamy, a little bit more blue, and a little bit cleaner than the original La Nuit de l'Homme. All right, moving along, and that is YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme Eau Electrique. I got two more. This one, when I first smelled it, it was the EDP version because they only made it in the EDP, and then they released the Parfum, and it is Ralph Club. Now, this is one of those fragrances that is the definition of basic. It's the definition of basic. But it works. It works. Maybe that's a video I should do. Basic but banging. How about that? Basic but banging. Maybe I'll work on that when I finish this one. But that's what you get with this fragrance. You get a basic fragrance, but it just bangs. And this is the Parfum, by the way. I haven't smelled the Elixir. Some say if you have the Parfum, you don't need the Elixir. Sweet, slightly woody. Excuse me, very warm. When you spray it on, at least on my skin, it just starts to get this warm sensation. But it's good. It's really, really good, and it really smells good. From the house of Polo. From the house of Polo, from the line of Ralph Club. It is Ralph Club, the Parfum. They have the EDP, the Parfum, and the Elixir. I'm surprised they didn't make a sport or a cologne, but maybe they will. But the whole thing is sort of a cologne in the first place. That does smell good. That does smell really good. Every time I wear that fragrance, I get compliments. Every time I wear that fragrance, I get compliments. Last but not least, from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. And this one really took me by surprise at its performance, the way it did in the high heat and the compliments that I got from it. And it is Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Summer Vibes. I'm still looking to add Intense. Take the original light blue DNA, and again, it's another one that has been reformulated. The older batches of light blue with the rubber cap are bangers. Totally different than the newer batches. The newer batches smell good. Don't get it twisted. It smells good, but it's not as strong. It doesn't have that same punch in the face that the older batches does. This one has a little bit more punch than the original, than the light blue that's out now. And it's got that citrus up at the top. When you smell it, oh man, it's just good. I went cologne shopping with a lady friend of mine, and she smelled it and she was like, that smells good. And so did the young lady that was working behind the counter. This was one of the fragrances that she picked up and was like, oh, I love the way that smells. Oh, I love the way that smells. And I was like, it smells okay. I'll tell you the fragrance that I was really feeling that they didn't really care for, but I'm going to add it to my collection anyway, and it is Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum. I will be getting that fragrance. I'm looking for it on Mercari. It's going to be about $30 to $40 on there, and if I can catch somebody selling it with no shipping, got it. But this one is a great date night fragrance. I mean, it's just gonna work. It's just gonna work. especially if it's a day date. Again, if it's one of those casual settings where you're just doing something super, super chill, whether y'all going to play putt-putt golf, shoot a game of pool, bowling, taking in a comedy show, whatever it is that you're doing, the guys at our age do, whatever it is that you may be doing, this is one of those fragrances that is definitely going to catch your nose. I'm telling you, I wore this to the doctor the last time I had to go, and as soon as it hit baby girl's nose, it was like this. First name, date of birth, what are you wearing? And she just stopped. And then it just invoked the whole conversation. Of course, I'm over there just, grinning from ear to ear like, I gotta stop this. This is madness. I really gotta stop this insanity. Like, I'm just here, for a doctor visit. And, Trey Sense then walked in. I went from Trevant when I came in to Trey Belafonte instantly. It was just like, but it happens, it just happens. But nonetheless, guys, this is a beautiful scent. It really, really is. A lot of times fragrances are hyped, and then when I smell them, I'm like, it's all right. This is one I enjoy, not because I got compliments on it, just because it's kind of reminiscent of the way Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue used to smell. It was a very polarizing fragrance when it came out because of the light, fresh nuance that it had. People were wearing it, people were snatching it up, and I can remember smelling it I was working in convenience stores at the time, and I can remember guys would come in and I'd be like, man, what's that you got on? And they'd be like, it's Dolce & Gabbana. It smell all right? And I'd be like, yeah, man, it's nice, real nice. So I got me a bottle of it. But Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes is definitely one that you need to add to your collection. I don't think you will be disappointed. All right, guys, that is it, man. That is 7 fragrances for my collection that I think will work great on a date night. And also remember, you can get 5 ml decants of any of these fragrances. All you got to do is hit the email in the description below, which is my email. Shoot me an email and I will get you a 5 ml decant out at a reasonable price. What I normally do is I figure out the cheapest place that I can purchase the fragrance, and then I figure out the amount per meal, and that's what I charge. So if I can get it on Fragrance Net for 50 bucks, then it's a 50 mil, then I do the math and I was like, okay, so this is what it costs a meal, so that's what I'll charge. That's how I do it. So with that being said, if you wanting to try any of these, any of them, including the Tom Ford, if you want to try any of these, give your boy a holler and hit my email, and I will get back to you as soon as I see it, and we will discuss pricing. And as soon as that money hits the Cash App, if the post office is open, I'm packaging it up and sending it out to you. So that's that. Oh, and the price always includes shipping, so it won't cost you anything to ship it. If I tell you it's 20 bucks, it's 20 bucks. It ain't 20 bucks plus shipping, it's 20 bucks. 20 bucks. All right, guys, that is it. I'm gonna get off of here, do a little editing, thumbnailing, and get this video out to you so you can see it. I'm shooting it Friday, and you will get it hopefully by 7 o'clock tonight. You'll be looking at this video. So I love you all. May God bless you all. Until next time, guys, peace.